Hello, welcome to Samadhi. Today is Thursday, May 31st, 2018, and we're here with Michael doing the Daily Word.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ali. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We are here with our presence, the presence of our beautiful mother, not just in mind and spirit, but now in the physical. So we are grateful to have our mom join us today. Let's everybody take a deep breath of presence, of awareness, of centeredness. Let's just let everything go. Let's give ourselves permission to let everything go that is keeping us from realizing, or that we are allowing to keep us from realizing our divine truth, our divine sacred truth. That life, that presence. Breathe it in. Exhale. And release. And just sit for a moment in the quiet and stillness of your being. Take a deep breath in. And all as one, ready to receive.
Wait till you hear the word. Today's word is forgive.
I had a feeling.
Forgiveness opens a place in my heart for peace and love. Forgiveness is a powerful expression of love. When I forgive someone, I begin with a simple desire to overcome resentment. I choose to let go of ill will or bitterness towards another person. Forgiveness does not condone or overlook the behavior that initiated the upset to begin with. It does, however, unshackle me from negative feelings. It also keeps me from living my life in blame. I am the one who is set free. I no longer need to justify my rationale for holding another liable for my pain. I feel God's blessing as I replace seemingly justified resentment with forgiveness. I have opened a place in my heart for the full expression of peace and love. And today's scripture is in Luke 23:34 that says, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing."
Luke 23:24?
Luke 23:34.
34. Okay. Luke 23:34. And I love that scripture, but I've learned to apply it in a whole different way. We need to say that within ourselves, because if Jesus said that we can do all things that He has done, and even greater, we have the ability to forgive those within ourselves, because He was saying it to clear His mind. Because if we think about it, being on a cross and being, in pain, the mind wants to get angry, the mind wants to judge, the mind wants to condemn. So, and we've talked about this within ourselves. Why did He voice it out? If He already forgave, He would have just let go. But the reason why He had to scream it out is because the brain was trying to keep Him shackled to resentment, to anger towards them. Imagine, these guys put you on a cross. So, the reason why I believe and I feel, and this is in my core, I feel that the reason why He spoke out was to override those programs of the brain that want to get upset. Because if people say that Jesus never get upset, that Jesus was not prone to anger, that's actually not true. Because there is witness of Him getting angry with the tax collectors, in the church. So Jesus was prone to anger. So when He screamed out to God, He was screaming because He was letting it out. He didn't have to voice it. All he had to say is say it within him, his own self and his own consciousness, his own spirit, and say, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. The reason why he spoke it out, because he overrode those thoughts of limitation and judgment. So that's just my take on it. You don't have to believe what I say, but that's why I say that in Luke 23:34 says, Jesus prayed or spoke, Father, forgive them. They don't know what they are doing. So meaning, they put him on a cross. So of course they knew what they were doing. They knew that they were hammering the nails in his hands. They knew that they were putting the crowns of thorns over his head. They knew that they were whipping him. I mean, they knew what they were doing. But he was speaking from an aware consciousness. They don't know what they are doing because they don't know that they are crucifying the one that is speaking and sacrificing his life to bring a deeper awareness, to bring an example on how to live and how to be and how to interact and how to relate and how to unite with oneself and with humanity. So, just a quick message of forgiveness, that when we forgive ourselves, we give permission for others to do the same. One picture comes to mind is at the era of the Vietnam era. There's this person with a gun pointing to someone, and they're putting a flower in the barrel of the gun. So what is this person speaking with that flower? Saying it's about, it's peace. I love you. I accept you. I don't have no anger towards you. A flower. Flower represents, harmony. Represents, it's a gift of love, of care. So when I see that picture, that's what it reminds me of now. Just looking at that picture, when we see that girl putting a flower in that barrel, it really speaks highly about, the nature of human beings. Because they say our nature is really animalistic, but really our nature is spirit. It's just we've forgotten who we are. So, not a coincidence, we're doing a presentation on forgiveness today with a beautiful group of women. So, forgiveness. The greatest act of forgiveness is really taking it one step at a time and saying it to yourself, God, I know I don't know what I'm doing because I'm learning as I go, but I forgive myself in the confusion of the relationship with you. I'm falling asleep at the wheel because our responsibility is to drive this vehicle. So take the time to forgive yourself, step by step. Because really, and this is why we recommend the classes, you really don't need to forgive yourself. When you know who and what you truly are, you are that. It's just the brain. We work with forgiveness for the brain to start letting go and transforming, transcending those limiting thoughts and beliefs about what it is, what it thinks it is. So take the time to forgive yourself every day. And it's as simple as this. You make a mistake, or you're learning as you go, and all you do is you say to yourself, you breathe, you say, you know what, I'm willing to let this limiting thought go. I'm willing to let this limiting belief go because it's not who I am. It served its purpose because it got me to come back home, but now I let it go. So, Ellie, just love yourself more. Forgive yourself more. Take the small steps, because it's the small steps that are going to show you that big journey that you've took. It's the 1,000-mile journey begins with one step. Take a step, moment by moment, day by day, experience by experience. Don't take on, coming from an experience of drug addiction, we were told, take it day by day. You're clean for 5 minutes. Appreciate that you're sober for 5 minutes. And your 5 minutes will turn into 10. Your 10 minutes will turn into 30. Then your 30 minutes will turn into a day. And appreciate moment by moment. And you'll realize that you've been 10 years clean. You've been 20 years clean. And it's just the same as awakening or remembering who you are. Remember who you are moment by moment as much as possible. Take the time to breathe. Take the time to reflect. Take the time to appreciate. Take the time to surrender. And you'll see how far you can go. Which really is you just remembering who you are. So, with that, Mom, you want to share anything? Thank you everyone for joining us, and actually we learn to forgive ourselves every day because yesterday we didn't do the video. But are we going to beat ourselves up? No, because then it doesn't serve the purpose of what we practice. We didn't do the video yesterday, big deal. We do it today. We show up, and that's the thing, just show up. Don't beat yourself up if you didn't show up. Just show up when you're aware of it. Come back to yourself. If you didn't meditate this morning, meditate as soon as you get the opportunity. 2 minutes in the bathroom, take a couple breaths. Take a couple moments of presence when you're in the bathroom. So, breathe and learn to let go and realize who you are more and more. And if you need guidance, we are here to serve. Sign up for our classes, subscribe to our videos, and continue to enjoy the unfoldment of your beautiful divine nature. Thank you. Namaste.